When I started to learn guitar, I've encountered probably the tapping lick that 80% of all guitar players encountered. But I didn't really know how to use this lick in a musical way until I've heard the tooth and nail solo from 𝙤𝙤𝙦𝗫𝙤. Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? I'm 𝙎𝙤𝙢𝙚 back from my practice dojo. Welcome to today's video, and in today's video we're going to learn the tapping section from Tooth and Nail by Dokken, and also why this is a really good solo to finally use the tapping technique in a really musical way. Here we go. And first, the most important thing that we have to know is the chord progression underneath that tapping section, because with the tapping technique we are playing arpeggios and we are outlining this chord progression. This is one of the reasons why we can use tapping technique in a really musical way. So the chord progression that we have starts with F sharp minor, going to C sharp minor, going to A major and E major, F diminished, to resolve back to the F sharp minor. Then we're repeating everything, but we're staying on the E in the end before we are going to the B section. Okay, but now let's first check out the tapped arpeggio that George is doing here. So again, we're starting off with F sharp minor, and he is using the second inversion, where we have the fifths as our lower note from the F sharp minor. The F sharp minor consists out of the note F sharp, then we have the A, and as the fifths we have the C sharp. We're starting with the fifths, the C sharp here on the E string on the 9th fret, playing with our pinky the root note, the F sharp, and then switching in between that with our tap finger on the 17th fret of the E string, the minor third, the A. I always tap with my middle finger, so I never have to put away the pick, which is extremely useful for, I don't know, this kind of lines and runs where I can still switch between picking and tapping. The tapping pattern is basically a hammer-on and pull-off in the index finger and the pinky, mostly played in triplets, but the first note is always a tap note, and then we have two hammer-on and pull-offs after that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and then we are going to the C sharp minor, and here George is using a technique, a composing technique, which in German is called Stimmführung. I have to check out what it is in English, but basically this means we have several options. We can take this inversion and just can check, okay, how can we play this inversion in C sharp minor? We are just going here. But this is kind of a big jump, which doesn't make a lot of sense in a musical kind of way. So this is why he is choosing the next possible inversion to have kind of a melodic movement inside of this arpeggio. And the next possible inversion for a C sharp minor is this one here. We only have to move the tap note, the 17th fret, the A to the G sharp, and the pinky from the F sharp to the E. The index finger stays the same. Then the A major we're playing on the B string. It's the first inversion as well, root note, major third, fifths, 10th fret, 14th fret, 17th fret. Then for the E, he's using an interesting choice. He's more playing an E major 7. He's not playing the third, but he's playing the fifths on the B, the major 7, the D sharp on the pinky, and tappings, or the tap note stays on the 17th fret, the E. Then for the F minor, he's going up 1 half tone step from the 12th fret to the 13th fret. And having a really interesting choice again for the F minor with the D sharp, the E but not playing the F, but in the rhythm guitar we have this kind of movement. On paper, this doesn't make much sense at all, but it kind of works in a tension kind of way. When something works in tension, it also works in theory. After that, we are repeating everything, starting with the F sharp minor, going to C sharp minor, A major, and now we're playing this E sus4 kind of sound. We're staying with the A, we're staying with the E, but we're adding the B. And now we're going to the B section, which has probably one of my favorite chord progressions of all time. And it was probably the first time that I understood, wait a second, I know the sound from my favorite science fiction movies, from Star Trek and from Star Wars, but I never knew what it was until I've learned that solo. And we're basically playing two chords, but these two chords, they have everything in it. We're playing C major, going to F sharp major. And again, I love this chord progression. Two chords, two major chords that are a tritone apart. These two chords are furthest apart, which is harmonically possible. And this is why there's such a cool tension, a tension that never really resolves in it. I love this chord progression. Yes, and we are outlining that with tapping. First, always with the first inversion. So root note, major third, fifths. Then we are taking everything one fret below, one string below. We're repeating that again. Then we are going one octave below. And the next inversion, the next chord. Another octave below. And the last one. This is also a really good stretch exercise to train your muscles in the fingers being able to play so fast, even though that we are stretchy as fuck. So yes, this solo is not only a really cool left hand timing exercise, a really cool tapping exercise, but it's also, again, a really good exercise to understand inversions. So like how we can use the technique of Stimmführung in a musical way. Highly recommend to learn it, and I highly recommend, of course, to subscribe to this channel for more shred education. Leave a like and leave a comment what kind of beginner to intermediate shred guitar solo you would love to hear on this channel. I wish you a lot of fun learning, practicing and mastering the guitar. I'm going to see you in my next video. Cheers and power your progress.